Welcome to the Gospel Insights by Angel Beery Kell podcast, where we explore the teachings of the gospel and how they apply to our daily lives. Join us as we delve into the Bible and have an open and honest conversation about faith, hope, and love. May you be encouraged and inspired as you listen. Let's get started. The Holy Gospel text according to Mark chapter 2 verse 13 to 17. Jesus went out along the sea. All the crowd came to him and he taught them. As he passed by, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the customs post. Jesus said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed Jesus. While he was at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners sat with Jesus and his disciples. For there were many who followed him. Some scribes who were Pharisees saw that Jesus was eating with sinners and tax collectors and said to his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus heard this and said to them, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. I did not come to call the righteous but sinners."
My dear friends, today we are going to talk about a passage from the Gospel of Mark that has some powerful lessons for us as Christians. In this passage, Jesus encounters Levi, also known as Matthew, at the customs post and calls him to follow him. Later, Jesus is criticized by some scribes and Pharisees for eating with tax collectors and sinners. In response, Jesus explains that he has come to minister to those who are sick, not to those who are already well, and that he has come to call sinners to repentance, not to the righteous who already consider themselves to be in a state of righteousness. One of the things that strikes me about this passage is the idea that Jesus sees everyone as equally deserving of his love and attention. He doesn't discriminate based on social status or perceived moral worth. Instead, he sees the need for healing and redemption in everyone, and he is willing to offer it to all who will accept it. This is a powerful reminder for us as Christians that we are all equally loved and valued by God, and that we should strive to extend that same love and acceptance to others. In a psychological sense, this passage can also be seen as a reminder of the importance of empathy and understanding. When we are able to see things from another person's perspective and recognize their pain and suffering, we are more likely to feel compassion and a desire to help. This is something that Jesus exemplifies in his interactions with the tax collectors and sinners in this passage. By showing them love and compassion, he is able to reach out to them and offer them the hope of salvation. From a theological perspective, this passage also reminds us of the concept of grace. Grace is the idea that God offers us salvation and forgiveness not because we have earned it or deserve it, but simply because he loves us. It is a gift that is offered freely, and all we have to do is accept it. This passage reminds us that this gift is offered to all, regardless of our past mistakes or perceived worthiness. In terms of practical application, I think this passage serves as a reminder for us to strive for humility and to recognize that we all have areas in our lives where we need God's grace and healing. It also encourages us to extend love and compassion to others, regardless of their background or circumstances. And finally, it reminds us to be open to the call of God in our own lives, just as Levi was when Jesus called him to follow him.
Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on all our episodes. Your support helps us spread the teachings of the gospel and bring hope and positivity to others. Thank you for joining us on this journey.